Hi, I'm Chef Amee Hoge, and I'm here to teach you how to play with food, where you take a classic recipe, change it up a little bit, and create a whole new dish. Today we're working on holiday treats, and this one is a simple roll-out cookie that you can cut out, and it's actually gingerbread. I love gingerbread. It's thin, it's crisp, and there's there's sugar in here, but not as much as normal other cookies. And you can put frosting on them if you want, or you don't have to. Let me show you how to do this. So we're going to start out. Now, my tip for this is using shortening. I'm not a big shortening person, but when you're rolling out cookies and you don't want them to stick to everything, stick to the counter, stick to the rolling pin, shortening is just your friend. It works. It doesn't get as soft and as melty as the butter does. So I'm going to add some shortening, half a cup of shortening, 3/4 of a cup of regular sugar. You can also add brown sugar instead if you want. I'm just going to smash this down with my rubber spatula. This is totally one of my favorite tools. I mean, it's versatile, especially the ones that are high heat. You can use them on the stove. It's a great tool. Okay, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. Flatten it out. One thing chefs always do, and I want to teach you, is roll your bowl, move your bowl. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add 1 egg. Okay? Mix that up. Now, nice. Eggs always kind of loosen up the dough a little bit. Boop. Now I have half a cup of molasses. I like molasses. Molasses to me says fall. It says holiday, it says fall, it says Thanksgiving. Gonna mix that up. Now, I know a lot of people like to dump and mix. That doesn't work with most cookies. Don't dump and mix. It'll just make it really difficult to get everything incorporated. Promise. Okay. And then I have some cinnamon, nutmeg, mace or allspice, and ginger. Okay, about a teaspoon of each. Don't want to make it too spicy, it is spicy. It gets very spicy if you add too much. So we're going to dump that in there. And then, last but not least, is our flour. Okay, so I'm going to add, this is 3 cups of flour. I'm going to add about a half of that at once. Now I might even incorporate my pastry blender, my dough blender, because this is a lot like a shortbread dough. Ooh, and look at me, I'm making a mess. That's what you're supposed to do, playing in the kitchen, playing with food. So I got that, flip it around. I'm going to add a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to add the rest. We're going in. We're going in. All right, so I had to use my pastry cutter. I really like how it blends it up really well. And then what I'm going to do, and I had to add a little bit of water. It's kind of dry where I'm at, and I had to add about a tablespoon, maybe 2, and you can do that easily when you're at this stage and mixing. So it should be kind of like a soft crumble stage right here, and then when you squish it together with your hand, oops, it should come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take probably about this amount, maybe 1/8 of this batter. I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to roll it out on some wax paper. Okay, to me this is the easiest way to do this, because I do like cookie cutouts. I think they're really fun. I'm going to take my wooden rolling pin, and I just roll it right in the middle. Okay, I turn it around. I don't want it too thin. Sometimes it moves around a lot. It's okay. Once you get it going, it doesn't move as much. But it gives me the flexibility when you roll it out in wax paper. You could use parchment if you have it, but it gives me the flexibility of moving it around. Okay? Now you don't want them too thin. And I always use the middle of my rolling pin. I don't use the handles because sometimes it tends to get everything thinner and flatter on the outside, not so much on the inside. So there we go. And you just peel it off. It's like a sticker. I'm going to use my little gingerbread girl. This is probably 1/4 of an inch. Of course, you go around the edges first. Make good use of your cookie dough so you don't have to re-roll it and re-roll it. Sometimes the more you roll, the softer it gets. And then you have to add more flour, and then it makes them tough. You don't want to add more flour if you don't have to. So with this method, you don't really have to do that. Oops, I love little mittens. So scoop it. Sometimes the dough moves. I flip it over really gently. But you see, I didn't have to chill this dough. That's kind of my favorite part about this. And I have to press down a little bit hard on my spatula, my metal spatula, flip it over, cook it like that. Okay? That's pretty much it. All right, and there you have it. You can decorate them with some royal icing if you want when they're cooled off, but basically you're going to bake this in the oven, 325. They're a thinner cookie, a lot like a shortbread, for about 8 to 10 minutes. These really don't take that long. So here's your final product. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chef Amee Hoge. For more information about me, you can check me out at my website at chefamee with 2 e's.com.